Welcome everyone, parents, guardians, families, and students. Welcome to Integrated Math 3C. We're excited to have the opportunity to share with you a little bit of information about the course, albeit in a different setting. The first thing we want to do is we want to give each of the teachers a chance to introduce themselves. So let's get started with that.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Yoshinaga, and I'm really excited to be your student's Math 3C teacher this year.
Hi, this is Mr. Halterman. I'm so sorry I can't be with you on curriculum night.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Antos, and I'm so excited to be your student's Math 3C teacher this year.
Hi, I'm Pam Ahrens, and I'm looking forward to having a great year this year with you and your child in Integrated Math 3C. And next up is Canvas. Canvas is the name of the new learning management system that all of the coursework is going to be available on this year. And so our primary goal for today is to be able to give you a little bit of a tour of Canvas, tell you where to find some of the information about the class, answer some questions that you may have. Please make sure that you contact us by email or by phone if there's any questions that you had about the class that we don't have the chance to go over in this short presentation. To access our twice weekly class meetings, students will either click here on the class meetings button to be directed to a Zoom login. Alternatively, some teachers post the Zoom link up here in the announcements section, but by clicking either of those, students will be redirected to log into Zoom using their authenticated Zoom SCHS account, and will access our live class meetings that way. Office hours are also offered daily on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays between the hours of 1 o'clock and 2:15. And by clicking here on the office hours button, students will be redirected to a different Zoom login where they can log in to access teacher office hours during those times on those days. To access their weekly work for the course, students should click here on the modules button. Doing so will bring them to a page where they'll see the work laid out for the week. Each week starts with a weekly overview, and so students can click here to see a to-do list of all of the assignments that are coming up for that current week, as well as a week at a glance calendar where they can see the date, what's being covered in class, and then any assignment that's due the following day by 10 a.m. Unlike the spring term, when work was assigned on Mondays and students had the flexibility of completing the work throughout the week, it's important to note that in our distance learning model this fall, work is still being posted on Mondays, but the work is due on specific due dates and due date deadlines throughout the week. And so as students are looking at their weekly overview, they should take care to note those different deadlines to make sure that they're finishing the work according to the schedule. On the week at a glance calendar, students can see the assignment that's being given each night and then by what date and time that assignment is due by. Looking at the modules tab on the previous screen, students can also see the work laid out for them in such a way so that they can see on which night they should be completing which things that are due the following day by 10 a.m. Turning in work for this class involves a couple steps, and it depends on what kind of an assignment's being turned in. Students will access notes videos within the modules tab. Each notes video includes an embedded YouTube video where the students will watch instruction on a given topic. A PDF copy of the notes is included, so students with printers at home can choose to print this out. Otherwise, the notes can be written down on a piece of lined paper. When students are finished, they'll click the Submit Assignment button, and down here, depending on the number of pages that their notes are, they'll attach pictures of their notes and click Submit Assignment to turn that assignment in. Each notes assignment is usually accompanied by a homework assignment where students will begin by writing down the assigned problems on the top of a piece of lined paper. And by following the instructions here, students will access the assigned problems within the embedded PDF. They'll complete the assignment on a piece of lined paper, being sure to show all their work. And then as a part of their homework assignment, they'll use the selected answers document to go through and correct by marking 1 star, 2 stars, or 2 X's using the instructions written above, whether they successfully were able to answer the question and find the correct solution, or whether it's a problem they need to come to tutorial to get some help on. The syllabus is linked to from the course homepage, and this is a place where you'll want to spend some time getting to know the information about this class. A few things to point out that would be helpful. The weighted grade categories for Integrated Math 3C, the breakdown's right here. So assignments, homework assignments, things of that nature are worth 50% of a student's overall grade. The notes that they take for the course are worth 25% of a student's overall grade. And lastly, assessments. So any tests, quizzes or midterms or finals make up the other 25% of students' grade. It's important for us to note that this assignments and notes category being worth a 75% combined overall amount of students' grade, that's a lot different than the weighted categories are during traditional school years. And so students should definitely take note of that to see how it's weighted more in terms of their daily work than any kind of assessment category. You can also see on this page the SCHS school-wide grading scale that includes the percentage categories and the grade letter mark that a student would earn at the end of the quarter for each of those. The course syllabus also goes over the attendance expectations, and we wanted to make sure to take a moment to point this out. The class meetings, the 2 times each weekly class meetings, are important for students to attend because we're going to be doing a lot of clarification, a lot of helping with problems, clarifying upcoming assignments for the week, giving instructions regarding how and when to access the tests. It's very important that students attend these 2 times weekly class meetings, even though the instruction for the class is being accessed offline, asynchronously through the video links that we post to the YouTube videos. It's important that if students are absent, make sure that you go ahead and review this part here with your student just to know about making up any of the assignments that are available. Anything that's done during the live class Zoom sessions will be available for students to access outside of those sessions. There's also a section of the syllabus that talks about behavioral expectations. And so just to review those with you briefly, our hope is that students would act the same way during Zoom classes that they would during their regular classes. There are some online expectations about learning, and then there's a list here of some Zoom-specific expectations that we'd love for you to review with your child, just to make sure that everybody's on the same page in terms of appropriate behavior and behaving in a school-appropriate way. And also a note about plagiarism regarding submitting work that's not their own. On the syllabus page, you'll also find assignment expectations regarding students' written work and what needs to be included, making sure that they write their name on the top of the paper, the grading system for homework assignments and also lesson notes. And there's a section here too that you can review with your student about the late work policy. It's important to note that work turned in after the posted deadline is considered late. Late homework can be turned in for up to 70% credit until the last day of every unit, but after the day of each chapter test, late work will not be accepted from that unit. For this course, students will be required to keep their choice of either a binder or a spiral-bound notebook where they include all of the information and materials for the course. So their daily notes, their nightly homework assignments, and this organization tab on the syllabus gives a little bit more detail about how and when their notes will be checked. By organizing their information into either their choice of a notebook or a binder, students will stay organized for the course, and notebooks and binders will be checked at the end of every chapter. Grades this year are being posted in a new system called Aries. We recommend logging in frequently to check your child's grade and to contact the teacher if there's ever any questions about the grade that you see posted or any assignments that are listed as missing. The course syllabus also contains a link to a page with each teacher's contact information listed. So if at any point you have any questions about assignments or grades or your child's progress in the class, we encourage you to please reach out and contact us by email or by phone. Distance learning is definitely going to present its own set of unique challenges for us for whatever portion of the year this year is being done completely online. But we're so excited to work together with you. Communication will be key. Definitely make sure that you reach out and contact your child's teacher if you have any questions about the class or your child's grade. And we will be anxiously counting down the days until we can greet your students in person in class again.